Mi gente, welcome to Crystal Sage Wisdom episode 14. This is Alex and this is my sister Ra. Ra doesn't have apple juice today.
We don't have anything today, but you know why? Because we are in real time on the go to a shoot, and we didn't want to miss our little weekly message to you guys. We want to say thank you for everyone who has been watching, subscribing, leaving your comments. Every comment that you send us, every single time you like, every single time you share, you are helping us get found by other people who are seeking out this content. There's a lot of people that are feeling like they're seeking out their tribe, and maybe you want to be a part of the Perez Sisters community tribe.
Absolutely, and I think you bring up an excellent point, and especially because, we're living in times where everything feels so chaotic and extra overwhelming. And guess what? Normally, those are the times where you want to kind of reach out and feel like you're not alone, like you have a community, like you're a part of people, as we all should be. And we are always very excited to be able to grow la comunidad, la familia, because we know in the importance of the village.
And it's also too, we tell you that one of the healthiest things is to have an active social life. Maybe it's a little ritual that you have with a loved one, a family member, some friends. Maybe you're meeting up with some folks. This is a time to cultivate, to fortify relationships of trust and loyalty, because times are getting kind of nuts out there.
Absolutely, and no one should be alone.
No.
And not just from the perspective of loneliness, but just from the perspective of, we do need each other in many different capacities. And sometimes we need each other for, information, right? Where you kind of gather and you share what you're both learning or making suggestions that can be positive to each other's life or lifestyle. And especially with today's world where there's so many question marks and even moments where people feel a little afraid. I mean, we're constantly hearing people say what's happening with our country. This country's going to shit. What help, God help us. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of that rhetoric, and listen, I can't even say I blame people for making comments like that, because we all have those moments where we're like, Lord, take the wheel.
This is why sometimes you have to change the station and tune up the station. We are being challenged to rise to the occasion. And how do we know that? Because everything is exploding. Everyone and everything that you can sort of tune into is either imploding. Even nature is imploding. There's all these weird weather patterns, eruptions. That's part of the awakening. The apocalypse is the great unveiling, and we're here with you. We're going through life challenges too, and look, we're worried about certain things. Right now we're in a neighborhood that honestly there's been people who have experienced theft from folks who just come out of nowhere. There's a moped duo. There's been people who have been targeted at restaurants, or patrons who have been dining outside. So it's sort of like us being mindful of the messages that we also share with you and practicing it. Like right now, we don't have our mics on. We've noticed a couple of times when we've done videos that there have been some people sort of coming around a couple of times, paying attention, and that's when they get you. An iPhone is so quickly to pocket, or little contraption. There's a lot of people walking around distracted in places that they have always felt safe in. And I'm sorry, maybe the mainstream media isn't reporting it, but the local news is.
It's true. And I feel like I just want to reiterate who are we kidding? We are walking around distracted most of the time. And it's usually because of our phone. And this is just not the time for it, for so many reasons. And to my sister's point, it's not getting, I don't think, as much report as it should, but the theft has gone up practically in every capacity.
Oh yeah,
all over the city. Listen, mi gente, when you are out on the sidewalk having a meal, be attentive to your surroundings. When you're out walking with your teléfono, even if it's literally outside your house, pay attention. like
Pay
hanging
attention.
out. Like it doesn't matter
This is
what
not
you're
the
doing
time
to
to
get
be
lost in your head.
or to be too flashy. Some of the things that are easy targets, as we've been learning, and it makes sense when you think about it. But honestly, because we're so distracted and we're all so busy, just moving, and focusing on where we're gonna go to next.
Yeah.
Well, mi gente, it's hard to go to the next spot if you went to a location, somebody stole your watch, your keys, your phone. How many people have everything on your phone, your credit cards, all of the information, your Venmos?
True.
Maybe it's time to start locking your phone, to start taking active steps that would ensure healthier. Maybe it's time to be mindful, not to be flashy things. You see, we're not trying to be flashy.
Keeping it simple.
Keeping it simple. A lot of people in New York City are we're activating the looking like a bum walking in the street phase.
Keep it, simple, stupid type of thing, Pero going back to the phone, simplify your phone.
Yeah.
We're always recommending to people go back to the old days as well. And just because of the times we're living in, if you have not done so already, please get a little book. Go old school and write down your important numbers. Have them on you, or
Right.
have them in a safe place, or in both places. You'd be surprised, something were to happen suddenly, you don't have your phone, or maybe there's a grid shutdown, or maybe there's something affecting Wi-Fi. You still want to have access to your information, not just phone numbers, but addresses, important passwords, and stuff like that. Another very important element that we've been constantly just telling the community to make sure you have in your homes is basic things like candles, matches, flashlights, AM, FM radio. That's right, old school AM, FM radio with plenty of batteries and chargers, solar powered. If you can have all those things in your house solar powered, because God forbid,
And those extra little batteries that will charge up your stuff just in case.
it does not go to waste, mi gente. I always say, you buy it, you put it somewhere, you're ready. If there's an emergency, you have access to it.
Well, mi gente, we got to start wrapping up, but listen, the tech glitches are continuing. There was the banks, hospitals, it grounded
another big
airplanes.
one.
So if you're not reading the tea leaves, the news is telling you, the mainstream is telling you, alternative is telling you, the sisters in Brooklyn are telling you, because
Have
we love you.
cash.
We
Have
love you,
cash
community
in your
members,
house,
and we
mi gente.
value you, and we want you to be okay and safe and prepared as best as we can. Always important to have faith and walk with faith. All right, mi gente, we're gonna get going.
And mi gente, remember, this is not about fear-mongering. It's just you get ready and you have peace of mind.
Absolutely. And you have peace of mind, and you go have fun with people that you enjoy being with.
Because life is too precious not to do otherwise. We love you. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you all next week.
Tutus.